Can your sawhorse do this? If it can't, it may be time for an upgrade. Stick around to see what the TOUGHBUILT C700 Sawhorse has in store for us. Hey, this is Todd Wolf with Made by Wolf, and today we are looking at the TOUGHBUILT C700 Sawhorse. Actually, they bill it as a sawhorse slash Jobsite work table, which is one of the things that I liked about this and one of the reasons that I ended up buying it. I purchased these at Home Depot. They were 50 bucks a piece, and they are indeed a heavy-duty, tough sawhorse if that is what you are looking for. I have taken these, one of these is set up right now, and I've taken these and I've put on a sacrificial work surface. That's one of the things that I find very important with a sawhorse, because when I'm using it, I'm often cutting plywood and dimensional lumber directly on it, and I don't want to have to be constantly worrying about whether my blade is going to hit the metal. These are steel, which adds to the weight of them, but it has a number of really nice features, and so I just want to go over those. So we're going to set one up first of all. The setting up is fairly easy. There are two buttons here, and they are labeled. One is labeled open first, and the other is labeled close first. So there is a process of one side and then the other, and it has to be the correct side and then the other, based on where these things pivot from in order for them to open up and close correctly. So set that one over there, and so we'll hit the open first button, and you'll see that when I do that, the legs fall out. These legs are at full height. Those legs are at full height. They're able to go up at full height. These legs, in order for them to fold up, cannot be at full height. So when these come out, you'll notice that they're a little bit shorter. So we'll open those up. But lowering and raising the legs and adjusting the height of this couldn't be easier. It's just a little flip lever to whatever height that you want, and I want to go to the full height, so I'm going to go there, and they are locked in. So that's the setup procedure, fairly simple. You'll notice that with the sacrificial piece, I have the handle left out because of the weight of these. This makes it a lot easier to carry these around. There's a couple features before we get to the Jobsite table feature. There's a couple features here that I want to point out. I'm going to move that around this way to show it to you. The first one is that it has two little flip-out steel levers there, and they flip out, and they are intended to be able to hold a 2x4 or a 2x6 or even a 2x8 in there, so that if you just have one sawhorse set up, you can put your lumber on there, and you could cut it, and you could dimension it lengthwise through just having one sawhorse up. So that is that feature there. The other feature that it has are these two similar things to here, but they're down lower on the legs. And what that allows you to do is to do the same thing with a piece of plywood. Again, you just set that there and set that there. That then is supported upright, and it would allow you to cut with the proper overhang, to cut the end of that piece of plywood by just setting up one of the sawhorses. So if you just had one piece of plywood to cut and you wanted to be able to do that, it's easy to be able to do that. So that is that. Now, I mentioned that you can turn these into a Jobsite work table, and to do that, I'm just going to rotate this around this way. What it has are these pieces on the end. There's a piece of metal, a piece of steel here, and there is a simple lever here that you just flip out. I'm flipping it out on the back side, and that slides out that way. That is big enough to put a 4x4 here in order to create the work table, but that dimension is flush with the steel here and not flush with my sacrificial workpiece. So that would be a bit of a problem. But what they have is a little piece of metal that'll flip into place that displaces 1.5 inches of that space. And so all of a sudden, you're able to take a 2x4 and set it down in there, lock that in place, and now all of a sudden this is flush here. And so that's what we'll be doing on all 4 of the ends of the 2 sawhorses in order to set this up as a job site sawhorse. So let me do that real quickly here. So you can see that goes fairly quickly, and then the concept is that you could then put a piece of plywood on here, which I'll do in a second. One of the things about leaving this sacrificial surface out from where the handles are is not only can you get to the handles, but it would allow you, if you had a thinner piece of plywood that you needed supported in the middle, to lay a 2x4 or a 2x material flat there, and then that would support the center of that thinner material if that's what you needed. So there you go. That is it set up as a job site work table. It is very sturdy. I said that these are heavy duty. They claim that they can carry 1,300 pounds a piece or 2,600 pounds for both of them. So that is certainly more than what most of us are going to need for lumber. But you could put a large stack of fairly heavy lumber on these without worrying that they're going to somehow fail on you. So this is nice and sturdy. It easily holds me, and that is the TOUGHBUILT C700 Sawhorse and worksite job table. So if you're looking for a heavier duty sawhorse for yourself, or something that is more portable maybe than what you have, the large wood ones that you have, you might want to check this out. This is Todd Wolf with Made by Wolf saying, make sure you go out there and make something today. Thanks for watching. If you found this useful, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. Also, check out the channel for a lot of great tips on how to do things better around the workshop, tool reviews, and some great build videos.